It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. I go over social norms and things about society and the world that I think need changing, and I share them with you, the internet, so that you too can believe this and essentially work towards changing the world with me, right? And so my whiteboard is loading up, it's charging up. In which case, originally I was supposed to buy a new laptop because the same computer that I use to record the screen that you can see in the background is a different computer than the one for the whiteboard. In which case, I need to fix that because I want the whiteboard to be on the computer that we're recording the screen with. But yeah, it's charging up, so I don't think it's gonna be ready in time for the video. In which case, I'm turning it on. I got like 3%. So we're going to probably not have the whiteboard for this episode. But this episode, what I want to talk about is how you don't lose being a good person. Like, I see a lot of like memes or things online where people are like, you know, you're too nice, or you're too loving, or you're too caring, or whatever. Like, people say like you're too much of that. And honestly, that's not true. You can never lose being a good person, right? And I recorded this very idea. Hold on, so let me find the recording, and then we can talk about it. What is it? Being a good person?
So imagine that our spirits, because you know we're all spirits living in a physical world, but imagine that when the Bible and the Holy Quran and the Torah and all these other religious books talk about getting your reward in the next life, right? And essentially this episode is about being a good person, how being a good person, how putting out good karma, how doing good things, how living a righteous life, striving to live a righteous life is the best thing you can do for your spirit. Even though it hurts, even though it sucks, even though it feels like it's not fair, and it's like, why do I have to go through this? I'm going to explain to you why it is in fact the best thing for your spirit. Why there's literally no losing in that. One, if God is real, which I believe that he is in fact real. But if, let's say, you're in your mind that he's not real, then you being a good person, you still don't lose. Because if God is real, you were a good person, and so you will be rewarded. And if God is not real, then you still put good out into the universe, allowing for the planet and the world to continue to exist in a positive way. So if 100 years from now, the world is still here, the universe is still here, the planet is still here, and it's thriving, it's partly because you did a good thing. You participated in that perpetuation of goodness, right? The other side to it is you were a good person in this life. And so when you die, and you move on to the next life, you're reincarnated into another life. Your next life will be better than this life. So this life you were born into a poor family, poverty. The next life you might be born into a rich family or a middle class family. And then each life it gets better and better because of the karma.
Right. So actually, funny part about that. So actually, I think I could combine the two videos. Because I was making another video, I was working on another video about reincarnation. Let me see if I got the voice notes for it though. No, I don't have the voice notes. All right, so I can't really do it. But I'm working on a video about reincarnation, in which case this right here, what I'm talking about, is a part of that. But why you can't lose being a good person. Because again, if God is real, which again, I believe God is real. And honestly, everybody believes God is real. Even the people who don't believe in God believe that God is real, which is why, you know, they might call it the universe. They call it, you know, a higher power. They don't want to call it God, but God is God. God is God. Like, the only people that probably think that God is something other than God are people that like believe and that worship saints and Jesus and like, I don't know, elephants and all kinds of other deities and things like that. But most people who believe in God, Allah, Yahweh, what did Jehovah Witness call it? I think it's Yahshua. No, it's Yahweh. But you know what I mean? Like, most people have just different names for God, but they all believe in God, right? So, and then the people who believe in the universe, they're essentially saying God. Right, so, okay, so here's why being a good person, you cannot lose. And this is something that I was talking to my sister about. So my sister had this problem. She's like, oh, I don't want to be a bigger person. I don't want to do this. I'm sick of being a bigger person. I'm sick of always being the other person that does the right thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling her, listen, if you are better, you do better. Right? It's just that simple. Because, listen to me, because if you don't, right, if you don't do better, right, if you don't, then you are them. Then you are them. Simple. If you know better, you do better. Simple as that. So this person's being nasty, spiteful, hurtful towards you. They're just being disgusting. You know better. So you will treat them with kindness and love because you know that they're moving from a place of hurt and whatever anger, whatever frequency they're living in, that's where they're moving from, which is why they're behaving the way they're behaving. But because you move and you live in a place of love, your frequency is kindness. You will move in that because you are not them. So you will do better, which ties into the whole video that nothing is about you. Don't take anything personal. It's not about you. It's everything that someone does to you is about them. It's not about you. But you are you, so you should move in a way of love and kindness or whatever frequency you mainly live in, right? But doing better, you can't lose. And then as I said, if you do good, your reward, right? Your reward is in the next life, and this life. Because remember, we all have everything we need and want. We may not have it in the way that we want it, but we have everything we need and want. And if we want more, that's fine. You can desire more. You need to strive and work towards getting more. But we all have everything we need and want. Okay, so you get your reward in this life and in the next. And then the other part of why you can't lose being a good person, right? You're living in a higher frequency. So you're living in a higher frequency than other people. And by living in a higher frequency than other people, you're attracting better things, better quality things, higher things, more positive things. And remember, it may not come back to you. You could be helping the next generation, right? So your frequency benefits your loved ones. Because remember, when your good vibrations, when your higher frequencies are coming back, they're affecting the people around you. Your loved ones, the people you care about, your friends, your family, your children, your nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles. The people in your life are being affected by your positive frequencies. You're bettering the world. You're bettering the world. That matters. That's a part of it. So you are benefiting the collective, the world, the collective. That means something. That's a positive thing. You want to be a part of making sure that the collective is better, that our species can move on and continue to grow and progress, and we as a species just keeps getting better. So you can't lose being a good person. You should never not be a good person. Now, I'm not saying to keep being good when someone's being bad to you. You still have to protect your energy, okay? Protect your energy. You still have to do that. You have to protect your energy. You have to, because you have to pour into you, and your overflow will go into the next people, into the next generation. But you have to protect your energy. So, just be careful with helping other people and being there for other people, because you don't want to empty yourself and now you are without and they have, right? And there's a lot more to it. Like, I could go a lot longer. I could make this like 20, 30 minutes talking about this one thing, just how being a good person, you literally cannot lose. You don't lose being a good person, in which case you should never not be a good person. You should always strive to be a good person, to be better, to treat people better, to be good as you can possibly be. You cannot lose. You can't lose. So with that being said, thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. And let's all remember, man, we all out here trying to do the same thing. Survive and be happy. Y'all stay blessed.